it's been a long time coming, nearly 21 years, in fact, but the roar of engines and the thrill of NASCAR are finally returning to North Carolina's Rockingham Speedway.
News 13's Scotty Powell looks back on last weekend in Bristol and gives us a preview of this weekend's races in his new series, Around the Turn.
Kyle Larson comes oh so close to the triple sweep at Bristol Motor Speedway this past weekend. The Weekend Cup Series has the weekend off. That means the NASCAR Xfinity Series and Truck Series will be tackling the Rock in Rockingham, North Carolina. Kyle Larson would dominate the entire race of the Food City 500, winning stages 1 and 2. The only natural caution occurred when SVG and Cody Ware made contact in turns 1 and 2. SVG would slam the wall, and he would call it a day. Kyle Larson would lead a commanding 414 laps at Bristol. He took home the Xfinity Series race on Saturday, and he carries home the trophy on Sunday from the Food City 500. Kyle Larson, the winner of the Food City 500, and here's what he had to say about his dominating performance.
Really cool. Thanks to HinderCars.com, Chevy, Prime, Valvoline, this whole team. You know, the pit crew, this is their first win with the 5 teams, so it's going to be fun celebrating with them, and yeah, just good to be back in Victory Lane.
So as we head into the Easter weekend, the NASCAR Cup Series is off this week, the only off week throughout the season. The Craftsman Truck Series and the Xfinity Series will be taking on Rockingham Speedway. And Casey Kane will be making his return back to NASCAR this weekend. He will pilot the number 33 HinderCars.com Chevy for Richard Childress Racing. Casey stepped away from NASCAR competition at the end of 2018 due to health issues. Catherine Legg will be driving for Jordan Anderson Racing at Rockingham and for different teams throughout the rest of the year for Team Chevy. She will be sponsored by Empowered Legendary Female Beauty Products. She'll be driving the number 32 Chevy. Catherine will compete in several more Xfinity Series and Cup Series race throughout the year. And this is the last Dash for Cash and Triple Truck Challenge at Rockingham. The 4 eligible drivers for the Dash for Cash is Carson Quapple, Justin Allgaier, Sammy Smith, and Brandon Jones as they head into Rockingham and the Triple Truck Challenge as well as we head into Rockingham. As we head into Rockingham, I spoke with Lane Riggs, driver of the Front Row Motorsports number 34 truck, and he tells us what it will be like racing at Rockingham.
One person's going to find speed on the top, and then everybody's going to migrate to the top and just kind of build a cushion, and everybody's going to run the top. So, I mean, every place finally has to be repaved. You know, we don't really like to see it. A lot of drivers like to see characteristics in a track and tire wear, but, you know, sometimes it just gets a little too egregious. So, you know, it's gonna struggle a little bit to start, but that's any repave of a racetrack. So, you know, I think it will be a little one grooved, either one grooved on the bottom or one grooved on the top, and hoping we qualify good and stay in front of everybody. That's the plan. And
NASCAR Xfinity Series driver Sheldon Creed, driver of the 00 Ford in the Xfinity Series, talks to us what it will be like for his first time driving around the Rockingham Speedway.
Yeah, I mean, I think for someone that's been a NASCAR fan for a long time, it's probably really cool to see NASCAR go back there. For me, like my first time driving in when we went to go test, I felt like I was like driving into the scene of like, I can't even think of a movie. What am I doing? Days of Thunder. That's literally what it feels like. There wasn't like a lot of grandstands. There's like nothing, right? But yeah, I think we'll see what kind of race it puts on. Obviously a repave, so it's extremely fast, like really fast for the Xfinity cars. So passing might be difficult. I would say at least the first time we go. It could widen out. I think 1 and 2 will widen out. But yeah, probably going to be a track position game most of the day.
And if you're heading to Rockingham this weekend, expect a very warm weekend. We're going to see temperatures in the 80s, upper 80s on Saturday with lots of sunshine. So make sure you stay hydrated and put that sunscreen on. Thanks for watching Around the Turn. Tune in next week as we head to Talladega.
Thank you, Scotty. And don't miss a second of NASCAR coverage this weekend. It starts Saturday with NASCAR Countdown Live at 3 p.m., followed by the NASCAR Xfinity Series race from Rockingham. You can find it on the CW network. And we'll be right back.